Welcome to Trending Faith. Tim, got another question here for you this week. I have a friend who is just starting to learn about Christianity. How can I share my faith and Jesus' teachings without overwhelming them?
Well, I think it's interesting whenever many of us as believers engage our friends in conversations about spiritual things, especially if it's somebody that's searching and we've been praying for them or we've been in relationship with them for a period of time, and all of a sudden they ask the question that kind of excites us, that they're interested in spiritual things, they start pursuing it. It can be tempting, I think, for a Christian just to launch in to explain to them everything they know about the subject, kind of back them into a corner so that they have no other opportunity than to respond to what we're trying to explain to them. And I think that's for most Christians, that we'll quite often find ourselves feeling like, all right, this is my moment. I'm just going to pour it on and give them everything I know about this, so they have no other recourse other than just to respond to what I think they should do with this information. And that doesn't usually work out well for anybody involved. And it seems like that if we as Christians can kind of pace ourselves in those relationships with our friends who are interested in spiritual things, begin to inquire and become inquisitive about what our faith is all about, that we kind of prepare ourselves to say, I know God's at work in their life, and when that time comes, I'm just going to stay on pace, not to launch into some diatribe or sermon on the subject that they're asking about. And if we can kind of prepare ourselves, I think that will help us in those conversation opportunities that our friends provide us sometimes. So I think that's number one, is just being prepared for that, and to know that when it does present itself, that we don't come on too strong. So I think preparing our own heart for that opportunity is key. I think the second thing that happens within the context of those kinds of relationships is that we sometimes think that people understand just like we understand. And it may be tempting for us to become frustrated with people that can't seem to arrive at the same understanding that we have after having been exposed to the faith for maybe a number of years or maybe all our life. And for these that are just trying to come to grips with these ideas that are very different than our natural way of thinking. And so I think to be patient as people come along in their understanding of what God has shared in His Word and what He wants to teach others through our own life, our own experiences. So, maybe being patient with ourselves, being patient with others as we share information about what we've experienced in a way in which is natural and respectful and patient, which God is with all of us. And if we can be a reflection of that, I think it may help our friends to not feel overwhelmed in the moment whenever they're inquiring about our faith and what we understand about our walk with God.
Excellent. Be prepared, be patient. Sounds like sound advice. Thanks a lot. I appreciate your thoughts. All right, thanks for joining us today.